Right, so welcome everyone. This is our total body workout class. I'm right here in my garage. This is my classroom. I see a lot of new faces, so I'll just give a little intro about myself. So my name is Julio Jimenez. You can call me Coach. You can call me Julio. Professor does sound a little bit strange to me, but yeah, I'll try it out if you want to. But yeah, so this class is total body workout. You'll be accessing this class through Canvas. All information for this class will be on there. I do apologize that we didn't meet on Monday. I had a camp with my cross country team. That's what I do on the side too. I also coach at Long Beach City College. I coach cross country and track and field. So we were in Mammoth for a week up there, and it interfered with our schedule. So, anyways, let me. Else the setting is not. Oh, I think I got it. There we go. Okay, Olivia, Jan, Ella, Erfel, Sarah, Carmen, welcome. So yeah, so as far as equipment, Josefina, good morning. As far as equipment for this class, dumbbells, yoga mat, if you have a chair, body weight, if you have a kettlebell, we could use a kettlebell too. And then also resistance bands. So, okay, so pretty much for this class, what we'll be doing is we'll be warming up. We'll be doing giant sets. So giant sets are groups of exercises that will work, throughout the workout. So for instance, a giant set could be an upper body movement, an arm movement, core, lower body, and cardio. So that's 5 different exercises, and we'll probably rotate those twice, and then we'll find new exercises that also work out those muscle groups. So just to keep it a little bit interesting and doesn't get too repetitive, but we'll be doing that for this class. And then towards the end, we'll do a cool down. The class will usually go for about 60 to 70 minutes. So it won't take the full 2 hours. And then outside of that, any extra, instructional material would be on Canvas. There's no homework in this class. If there is, I just encourage you to go out and exercise on your own. But other than that, it's just coming in live for this class. And then also if you miss the class live session, you can always go back on Canvas and check the recording. But any questions besides that?
Do you say 2 hours?
Well, on the program, it says it's a 2 hour class, but
Oh,
this is, yeah, so it's 60 to 75 minutes. So especially if you're with me in the summer, if we worked out 2 hours every day, we were probably gonna pass out by 11 in the morning. But yeah, Judy, you had a question? Jen?
yeah, I have a question. Next week, is this on Monday or just like Friday?
It's on Monday. So this week, since I had it, it is a Monday class. We were by Yosemite. There's no internet out there. So I had to move it to this Friday. I didn't want to just cancel it. But yeah, but the class will be on Mondays at 9. Yeah, moving forward. It's just this week. And this is an 8-week course. So I think around mid-October, we transitioned to the new course. So I know most of my returning students are enrolled already in the new course. But yeah, but that's 7, 8 weeks from now. So I'll give any updates on that. And yeah, so another thing, since we have some new faces, what I would recommend is also if some of these exercises are new to you and you're not sure if you're doing them correctly, then just turn on your camera. You could mimic the movement. I'll let you know if you're doing it correctly or not. And then you don't feel obligated to have your camera on the whole time, but it is nice to see some people sometimes because I've had some classes where it's just me on the camera and all I see is black screens and it just feels like I'm here by myself. And also if you're doing a movement and you don't know if you're doing it right, then I could always correct that. And also if there's a movement that doesn't feel well, doesn't feel great, causes pain, just let me know and we could find an alternative movement. And then also if I ask for a movement to last maybe 50 seconds, but at 20 or 30 seconds you're just exhausted and tired, then listen to your body and then just recover. Because again, we're not trying to pass out over here. The goal of this class is just to move and get a little bit stronger. So don't feel like if you don't sweat, if your heart rate doesn't reach 200 heartbeats per second, I mean per minute, that you're having a bad workout. So as long as we're moving, that's what we're going to do. And if you do have a variety of weights, then if some movement, like for instance, if you're doing bicep curls, maybe maybe I would say like 8 pounds might feel okay. But then if you're doing like a back row, 8 pounds might seem very, very light. Okay. So just have, if you have, and if you can get those weights, have a variety of weights too. So just have them ready. I have my rack here from anywhere between 5 to 30 pounds. You don't need anything like that, but I think if you have anything between like 3 to like 12 pounds, that should be okay. So yeah. Anything else? Any questions before we start? Cool. All right, so we'll get started. We usually do about a 8 to 10 minute warm up, and then from there we'll start the workout. So today being the first day, just an intro day, we'll probably get through 3 giant sets, and we'll do each set twice, and then we'll go from there. Okay. So, all right, let's go ahead and just start with our warm up. So just gently, just look left to right. Just gonna warm up the neck. Glad to see some new faces. Always nice. Get some new folks. And of course, my returners is always awesome to see you too. Up and down. Ella, I think we're going on year 5 now.
Mine is one of the old faces.
No, I said returning faces. Let's do next circles. So just gently rotate your head around your shoulders. Just gently.
Is this class also offered like again after the first 8 weeks?
So yeah, so the classes that I have are, they're not too apart from each other. So so switch directions. So the Monday class, I rotate like 3 different classes, I believe, maybe even 4. Let's bring that right arm across. So this one's total body workout. Total body workout, like I mentioned, we'll be doing weights, cardio, core. Pretty much that's what we'll be doing in this class. Then I also have a cardio and core class, which we're pretty much just doing stuff that's gonna get us sweaty and ab movements, and working on our lower back. So that's cardio and core. I think during the summer I have most of them. Strength and conditioning is just lifting. So we just have strength and conditioning class, and that's just, we're just lifting weights, no cardio, no core, it's just strength and conditioning. And I believe that, I don't think and I also have lower body strengthening and balance. I haven't taught that one in about a year, but that one just focuses on balance and leg exercises. So those are like my more active classes. So it'll be one of those 4 that starts in 8 weeks. I could tell you if I check right now, I know what's coming up. And then on Wednesdays will usually be mobility and flexibility. It'll be body tune-up, or it'll be joint health and balance. So 3 different names, but all of them are about, I say 80% of the same thing. And so usually my Monday classes are like your more workout classes where you might sweat, get sore. And then the Wednesday class is more of like a stretching class. Just thinking back of all the classes we had, so. And then in the summer, we met Monday through Saturday, so a lot of my returners were with me 6 days a week, so kind of my face gets old real fast. So let's go left to right, trunk rotation. So just gently, just rotate your torso. Your lower body doesn't move much. And I would say, I think last semester or last term, I had my, well, I'll turn it on right now, my fitness tracker on. And I think most workouts we were burning between maybe 250 and 400 calories. So just depending on, if you, let's do big hula hoops, so just big giant hip circles. So if you're pretty active, you could probably get 300, maybe 400 calories. If you're taking a little bit more rest, it'll probably be closer to 250. But I do try to do movements that, are gonna work out most of our joints and muscles. So. And again, if you have enough energy to burn a little bit more, I encourage you to go for a walk. We'll try and meet this semester for a walk, maybe on a Saturday or Sunday morning, 6 directions. Ooh. I'm meeting with the team tomorrow at 7 a.m. at Liberty Park in Cerritos. So if anyone wants to join, you're more than welcome. My teenagers will be running anywhere between 8 to 15 miles, I think, tomorrow. And then let's go ahead and do ab circles. And then if anyone wants to join, I know Carmen walks like 4 miles every morning, right, Carmen? Yeah, she just gave me the thumbs up. I think she's gonna step it up to 6 miles soon.
I want to start practicing for the 10K,
Yeah,
right, Ella?
there you go.
I
Six-
don't hear Ella or Jen.
6.2 miles. So this one, we're just kind of hinging at the hips, back straight. And then we're just kind of pumping back, just really getting a nice stretch around our lower back. All right, let's do our right quad stretch. So we're gonna be on one foot, grab right above your ankle and pull back. You had a 6-hour drive yesterday from Mammoth, and I don't think I ran as much as I wanted to, but I still got some nice runs in there. Did a 8-mile run on Monday. I think we reached 11,000 feet. It was really hard to breathe. But yeah, it's a nice week with the team. Switch. Yeah, so the way this class works with grades too, it's just like a pass, satisfactory pass or a no pass. So as long as like you're active and communicate and log in once or twice and here and there check in, you should be getting a pass. The only people that don't get a pass or get dropped are people that never log into Canvas. So if you ever log into Zoom or anything like this, you should be fine. But yeah, just pretty much that's how it works. We don't have any really like assignments or anything like that. It's just attendance for Zoom. So, all right, so hamstring stretch. So a slight bend at your knees, a little bit of a bend. Bring your hands down your shins all the way down. Then your chest towards your knees. And just hold your breath. I mean, not hold your breath, just breathe gently. The more relaxed your breathing is, the more you'll be able to bend. Just slight bend at your knees. Your knees aren't straight. And then rise up. Let's go ahead and just grab a hold of our ankles if we can right here. And then we're just gonna bring our hips to our heels. Just come here and then come back out. So we'll do about 8 of these. Five, 6, 7, and 8. All right, our last stretch before we start our workout is going to be the deep squat stretch. So feet shoulder width apart, and then just drop your hips as low as you can. Torso is upright. So everyone's gonna have a little bit different range of motion on their hips. This is, I think I've, over the years, just kind of got this one down and got low, but a lot of my teenagers, they can't go any lower than here. But yeah, so I just make sure, we practice this. So, and then let's just shift our weight left to right. Right, and rise. Alrighty, good. Okay, so as far as equipment, if you have a yoga mat, great. If you don't, then just somewhere where it's comfortable on the floor, because we will be on the floor. Let's go ahead and get different set of dumbbells if you have those, and then also a chair. Okay, so let's go ahead and grab those items, grab some water too, and we'll get started shortly. And remember, this is an intro workout, so we're not going all in right now. We don't want to scare anyone away with the workout. Yeah, but if we get through the workout, and you can always message me and let me know if there's anything specific you want to be doing or focusing on, or if you have specific goals, you can always message me and we could talk about that on the, on via email. So. Yeah, so a little bit more, I guess, about myself. I used to run for about 20 years. I did it like semi-professionally for about 2 years. Had a sponsorship with Skechers for 2 years. And then after that, I just coached. I started weightlifting. I got really into trying to maybe not bodybuild, but just watch what I eat and weightlift. So over the last 5 years or so, I have gotten some good knowledge about nutrition when it comes to weight loss or building muscle. So if you have questions about that too, feel free to stick around at the end of class or at any time you can message me, stuff like that. But the workouts that we are doing, again, they're just more to promote health. We're not in, this isn't a bodybuilding class. Really don't feel like if you lift for an hour with me once a week, that all of a sudden you're gonna be walking around like this around the house or anything like that. Okay, that's not gonna happen. I also personal train and I have clients that I see once or twice a week, and that's the first thing they tell me. And especially a lot of my lady clients, they'll be, I just don't want big shoulders, and I'm like, trust me, you don't do enough for that. And then also you're probably not eating a lot of like protein or any of that like you're supposed to if you want to have that body. So but yeah, just a heads up, have some information in that. So with that being said, it is our first day. I'd like to do maybe one set of everything standing up, one set sitting down, and then one set on the floor, okay? So we're gonna be doing different exercises. Like I said, our giant sets are gonna be upper body, then arms, then legs, cardio, and core. Okay, so we're gonna do 2 rounds of each of those sets. Okay, so for upper body, let's go ahead and do we're gonna be standing. Let's go ahead and do a shoulder press. So we're gonna have our dumbbells right. We're gonna make sure that our dumbbells are touching our shoulders. We don't want to start here. You're bringing right here, right around our shoulders, and then we're gonna go ahead, exhale and press up. Inhale, exhale, inhale. So again, this is just a shoulder press, dumbbell shoulder press. So depending on the weight that you have, give me 10 to 15. Okay, if the weight's really, really light, then, just give me 15. If you don't have any dumbbells quite yet, then, I would recommend going to Ross, maybe at Target, but Ross or Marshalls, you'll probably have some items there for sale. Okay. And we don't want to do these fast. So again, we don't want to do this here. We want to control it up, control it down, up, down. Once you've done about 10 or 15, I'm gonna take a quick little, for these rests in between exercises, if we're lifting for a type of class like this, I like going maybe about 30 to 40 seconds just rest. So the next one that we're gonna do is gonna be bicep curls, okay? So bicep curls, we're gonna go ahead, dumbbells are here, palms are facing the screen, right at your side, not in front of you, because they will get in the way, so at your side, and we're gonna curl up, and then control it down. So I would do about a 4 to 5 second count, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? Because then on the way down, you're actually working too. You're not letting gravity just take control. And the lighter the weight, the slower you want to do too. So that's the way. If you're, don't have too much equipment, you could just slow it down, and that just acts as a way to supplement that movement. We're gonna be doing shoulder press, and now we're doing bicep curls. And if you've had any injuries or any sort of history with the previous muscle group, just make sure you're being careful. The easiest way to get injured is if you're lifting really heavy and you're doing improper form. I think I'm good there. So again, if you're doing improper form, you could pull something. And then, so the healthiest range to kind of prevent injuries, you're looking at about 10 to 15 repetitions per lift, okay? So if you're doing something and you're at number 6 and you're already straining because it's too heavy, you probably have to find a different weight. So we want to find that weight that we're doing 10 to 15 for those, okay? So before we get down and do some, well, not on the floor, but before we move on to our next movement, or our next lift, we're gonna go ahead and do some cardio. So for cardio, we're gonna do either jumping jacks. So jumping jacks right here, or you could do a side step jack. Okay, so just depending on what you wanna do. So I'll give you the option to do anywhere between 30 to 50 seconds. If you're feeling good, give me 50 seconds. If you're not feeling too great, then, or we're just starting off, give me 30 seconds, okay? All right, hopefully this 6-egg omelet I just ate doesn't come out. So, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. So again, let's aim for 30. But if you feel good, give me 50. And if you get tired, you could switch from jumping jacks to side step jacks. All right, 20 seconds. $30 seconds. Good job, everyone's still going. 40 seconds. There you go. Starting off strong. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Whew. I'll get your heart rate up. All right. 30 seconds. This is going to be our stand-up cardio, or our stand-up set. So everything we're doing on this set, we're going to stand up. Okay. Our next, with all the nutrition stuff for breakfast, it was 5 egg whites and 1 egg this morning. I was just running off yogurt and Mammoth. But let's go ahead and do we're gonna do a sumo squat, okay? Well, sumo goblet squat. So for that, we're gonna have our dumbbells right in front of us. Feet are a little bit wider than shoulder width. We're here, and then we're gonna do 10 to 15, okay? So when we do squats, we here, pause for a second, and then come up, okay? So give me 10 to 15, go at your own count. Just pause 1 second at the bottom. Forgot I have my race on Sunday. Just remembered a couple days ago. So I have that Spartan race this Sunday. Hopefully it goes well. Okay, 10 to 15. Is anyone training for a 5K, 10K marathon, half marathon? Anything like that? Not yet. All right, so
October 26th,
what are you doing?
October 26th, 5K.
Bad news. I hope you're not talking about mine.
Aw,
They postponed it for next year.
I
aw,
will not be available.
yeah, because Carmen can't go.
So next year. Yeah.
Next year.
Yeah, I know. I'm actually happy because the 25th is my birthday.
Oh,
We're
I
already-
know, 27 for me.
And
oh,
we're hosting a
gee.
race that day. So let's go ahead and do our standing core. So for this one, arms are gonna be here and we're gonna bring elbows to knee and then alternate. Okay, so it's not for speed, so it's just make sure you kind of just work there. So if you want, what you could do is just give me 10 on each side and then we'll go 10 on the other side, okay? Ready, okay, go. So just remember, bring that elbow. Yeah, we found out, was it last week? We had a department meeting and they just said they weren't sure if it was a good idea since we were hosting championships on Friday. And then they wanted us to host another race on Saturday. So I think next year. But we could maybe find a turkey trot on Thanksgiving morning. There's always those. Alright. Very good. All right, so that's our first round there. So again, being the first day, I think maybe we'll do the full session on Monday. So now let's actually move on to the chair, the set of chairs, okay? So for this one, you wanna grab the chair. Let's just have the chair nearby. I prefer to do, oh, we didn't do core. How could I forget? We gotta do core still. So let's get on the floor. Oh no, that was core. I'm sorry. I'm everywhere right now. Sorry, yeah, we just did core. So we're gonna go ahead and do our chair exercises or our chair cardio first. So what we could do for chair is have a chair nearby. Okay. So you can have your chair nearby. If the chair is too high, what I want you to do is find like the lower shelf somewhere in your room or maybe a line up on the wall. But what we're gonna be doing is high knees, okay? And you could use high knees with the chair, just tapping that. And if that's too much, you could just use your hands and go here, okay? So that's what we're gonna be doing, using the chair for this next set. So again, I'm just gonna go pretty much just tapping here. And if that seems too much, or that seems a little bit dangerous, then you could just do a high knee here in place, okay? Trust me, 50 seconds on this is super long, we're just gonna go for 30 seconds, okay? If you start getting a little bit tired, then just go into a walking high knee march, okay? All right, we're gonna start in 3, 2, 1, go 30 seconds. Remember, you could just kind of change to high knees if you want. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. Ooh. That's our cardio. Or a chair. Use your chair. All right. So now for we did shoulder press. This one's actually pretty easy. So this is one that I usually start out one of these workouts with. These are chest compressions. This one's not too challenging. This is one that you can even do while you're a passenger in a car. It's gonna be an isometric movement. So for this one, we're just gonna be sitting down. You're gonna be having your hands here close together. You're pretty much trying to press them through each other. So you're just pressing, holding for about 4 seconds and then relaxing. You're gonna feel your pecs tensing up, okay? So just keep that in mind. All right, we're gonna do 10 of those. So we're here, just press 1, 2, 3, 4. Relax again, you should feel that here. We're gonna do 10 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again. 2, 4. Again. Anyone sweating yet? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I got my sweat on. Again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Repeat, we have 4 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Great. All right. Cool. So we did chest. We did cardio. So the next one that we could do on the chair is gonna be either dips. So dips. Back up a little bit. Still trying to figure out these laptops. This is, if you weren't with me in the last 2 months, this is my 3rd laptop in the last 2 months because I don't think laptops like me. So, all right, so we're gonna go ahead and it's either gonna be dips, tricep extensions, or overhead tricep extensions, okay? So I'll go over all 3 right now. Hey, Debbie, hello. So we're gonna be out here. If your legs are extended, you come down and then up. That's gonna be the most challenging. If you bring them in here, that's gonna be slightly easier. You could go sitting down, dumbbell over your head, and then just extend. Okay, or you could have 1 dumbbell on each hand, or giving you all these options because it's still working out the triceps, elbow back, and then you just extend. Okay, so if you want to get I guess like the biggest burn out of it, if you have a chair that doesn't move, it's not gonna be on wheels or roll back, I would do those. And if that seems like too much, just switch to one of the other ones that I showed you, okay? So let's aim for 15. So again, we're fully extended. And again, we're gonna go down, up, all the way up. If that starts to get a little bit challenging, then just bend your knees, bring them closer to you. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Fiona, you're good? And 15. All right, how's everyone doing? Laura, you're good? All right, Jeannie. All right, I think Jeannie does these all the time. She's like, when is this warm up gonna be over? So, all right, so we did our cardio, we did chest, and then we just did triceps, okay? So we still have core. Core is gonna be a little bit challenging to do from a chair, so we'll probably drop down to the floor for that. We still have legs, okay? So for legs, again, I'm gonna give you a couple options, okay? So my personal favorite with a chair or something that's elevated will be a step up. We don't do those here very often just for safety purposes, but if you have a high box or a step, it would just pretty much, you're stepping and you're alternating. So that one's gonna target the glutes, okay? So if you're doing that, that's gonna target the glutes. But my favorite one is the Bulgarian split squat. And for that one, my legs are extended. I use my foot where as like I guess my starting position. And what I do is just from here, from the starting position, leg goes back and I just do pretty much a lunge drop, okay? So that's what I like to do for this one. Again, I'm just trying to introduce you for some other ones. But if you're trying to work on balance, what I would say is do a single leg chair squat raise. Okay, so pretty much leg is elevated. This is great for your balance. You could start off with both feet. Once you get that down, you're pretty much gonna try to stand up. So no hands, one leg is elevated. Almost like doing a pistol squat from a sitting position, okay? So give me any of either Bulgarian split squats that I just showed you or the standing one-legged chair raise, okay? So let's do 12 on each leg, okay? So I'm gonna do Bulgarian split squat. So I'm here, I'm gonna go back, just put my leg right there. That's gonna target my glutes a little bit more. If you want, you can have your dumbbells at your side. So again, so if you just kind of go from here and stand up and just try to like work it, you're gonna be really awkward. So how I position myself is legs are straight, and then I use that leg here. That's my starting position. And then that puts me in a nice spot, okay? All right, so let's do 10 to 12 on each leg. Ready, go. So 1. It also works on balance, 2. So you can do this or your one-legged standing up squat. After I do these, I feel like these burn my quads a little bit. So yeah, these are, so just position yourself. You should be able to go up and down, your hips just up and down gently. And then once you're ready to switch, just switch sides. These are very challenging if you throw dumbbells on your arms. And sometimes when my arms get really heavy from holding the dumbbells, I have a weighted vest that I put on for this one. So I don't use it often, but it does help when your grip or your forearms are getting tired. Let's do 2 more, wherever you are. All right. Good. Did I zone out or do we have a core chair exercise? Maybe my returners may remember, but I don't think we do. Okay, so, all right, so let's get on the floor. This is gonna conclude the second set. So right now, we're gonna go ahead and do, let's go with, since we're kind of sitting down, let's go with Russian twist. So Russian twist, you'll be here on the floor. You'll elevate your legs if you can. You grab the dumbbell. You go left to right. Try to bring your elbows behind your back. Okay, and if that gets challenging, just drop your heels and do it from that manner, okay? Again, same thing, you're gonna aim for 30 to 50 seconds. So variations, your heels are elevated, you go, you could drop one heel, every 5 seconds, switch what heel you drop, or if that's really hard, then just drop both heels and just aim by bringing your elbows behind your back, okay? All righty, we'll start in 3, 2, 1, go. So 30 or 50 seconds. You try to lift your heels. If the weight's heavy, you could just do it with your body weight. Don't worry about the dumbbell. We're at 20 seconds. Thirty seconds. 40 seconds. Keep it going. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. All right, we'll take 1 minute rest between the set. Cool. So yeah, so with my runners, when I have my brand new freshmen coming in, I usually introduce them to our team with, you know, some shorter runs. And then now I've had them for about 2 months. So now some of them are running with some of my returners. So that's kind of like the idea. If we're trying to avoid injuries, I like to plan programs for any types of workouts. As we start off light, kind of introduces us to it, and then as we get more fit, we start doing more and more. So we start doing more challenging lifts. We start doing them for longer. We start cutting the rest a little bit more. So then now, you know, we're just changing everything, and yeah, so that's the way to kind of like develop a program. But yeah, we'll get there. So, all right, last set that we're going to be doing before towards the end, we'll add a little bit more of a little twist to it. We're going to be doing movements from the floor. Okay, so we did chest, we did our shoulders. So now on the floor, what I want to do is so we could work on our back a little bit more. Let's go ahead and do Supermans with the lat pull down motion. Okay, so what that is this is similar to a core movement, but we're going to be here. Legs are elevated. Chest is elevated. Arms come forward and then back. Okay, so we're going to be doing this movement. All right, so that's going to be our first movement of that giant set. Okay. Again, 30 to 50 seconds, belly down. Okay, so legs up, arms up. If you're ready, 3, 2, 1, go. So again, I'm gonna go here. Just keep that movement going. If we're quite not doing that movement because it's uncomfortable, what we could do is we could do a row, or we're just bringing the dumbbell back to our back. But if you're doing the Supermans, go ahead and do those. Making sure everyone's doing them correctly. So make sure those knees are up. Okay. You have 15 more seconds. We're at 30 seconds right now. 35 seconds. 20 seconds. 40 seconds, I'm sorry. Almost there. Good job, ladies. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right. Very good. All right, we're gonna incorporate our next movement is gonna be mountain climbers. So mountain climbers is gonna be our cardio movement. We're pretty much gonna be in the push-up position. And we're gonna be bringing our knees towards our chest. Okay. Probably one of the most disliked exercises that I do with my clients. So just a heads up. All right, so mountain climbers. You folks ready? We'll start in 12 seconds. So just get in position. Maybe get one little practice round. So we're here and just knees to your chest. If that's easy enough, then go faster. 3, 2, 1, you go. Twenty seconds. Thirty seconds. $40 seconds. 3, 2, 1, time. Good job. Woo. Very good. All right. That one always just kind of gets my heart rate up. So just catch your breath. All right. We're gonna do arms and shoulders right now. So for arms and shoulders, we're gonna get our dumbbells. We're gonna be doing a kneeling or a kneeled lateral raises and front raises. Okay. So grab your dumbbells. Catch your breath. Usually when you come back from the mountains, it's easier to breathe at sea level, but I'm not there yet. Just, whew. All right, so grab those dumbbells. We're gonna do 8 of each. Have your dumbbells at your side. You're gonna go up to the side, here, and then forward. Okay, so 8 of each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If you're feeling good, go for 10, 8, 9, 10. Again, about 30 to 40 seconds rest. And then you can see a show of hands. Does anyone go to the gym on their own and work out? It's okay if you don't. But in case you start getting motivated or you have access to a gym, if you follow a program where you're doing the same muscle group, like if I have a back workout today, I'm doing 5 different back movements. When you do stuff like that, I would take about 2 minutes rest, maybe 90 seconds to 2 minutes rest in between, just because you are working out the same muscle group. And right now that we're switching from back to core to shoulders, you know, the other muscle groups that you're not working out are recovering. But when you are doing the same movements all the time, you need more rest. So just keep that in mind. If you decide to go to the gym, and you talk about, I'm gonna do squats, I'm gonna do lunges, I'm gonna do the Stairmaster, I'm gonna do calf raises. When you're doing stuff like that, just take more rest because you're working out the same muscle group. So just keep that in mind. All right, we have the cardio, we have core and legs left, okay? So for legs, we'll go kind of not too much with the taxing one. So let's go with Jane Fonda's. We're gonna go on our side here. If you have resistance bands, you would put those around your lower legs So we're gonna do 15 of these. Make sure your top leg isn't making contact with your lower leg. It's elevated. You're gonna go up and then down, control it, okay? So about the same count. So maybe 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So we're doing 15. If you have those resistance bands, get them. And the resistance bands will limit the range of motion that you have, but it's really gonna trigger your adductors if you have them, so. I think you get a nice set of resistance bands on Amazon for $12 maybe. So give me 15 of these. Once you've done 15, switch sides. About just under 200 calories right now. Do 15 of each. Burns. Cool. And then something I would advise, again, we have a spectrum of fitness levels in these classes. Sometimes we have people that this is their first workout class ever. And then sometimes we've had folks that have been with me for 5 years or have been working out for a while. So if you feel at any point, like I said, if you need more rest, just recover, take a little bit longer. And if you feel like the rest is too long, what I know some of my students, sometimes what they do in between, they'll do jumping jacks, okay? So you can do jumping jacks, or if we're doing a different movement, just to continue bringing your heart rate up. And that's gonna promote a little bit more of burning calories, okay? So last core movement we're gonna be doing for today. Let's go ahead, we did Russian twist, we did mountain climbers. We're gonna do scissor kicks, okay? So this one's a little bit more challenging. You'll be here, in your back, and we're gonna alternate. So we're gonna go like this, and then we're gonna switch over and under, and then up and down, then over and under, okay? If for some reason that causes back on your lower back, I want you to start with sliding push-ups, so just hand on your lap, and you slide your hands towards your knees, and that's more of a nicer core movement. Scissor kicks a little bit more challenging. All right, we're gonna go for, again, 30 to 50 seconds. We're starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And about every 5 seconds, switch from up and down to over and under. Good, 25 seconds. 30 seconds. 40 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, time. Woo. Ooh. Catch your breath. Wants to do a little bit more. People, anyone? Show of hands. see a few thumbs up. Okay. All right. So we're gonna do 2 more exercises just before we head out and start pulling down. So the first thing we're gonna do is gonna be a plank roll. Okay, so it's just like a plank. Pretty much gonna be on our elbows here, but we're gonna roll our hips side to side. Okay. Again, we're gonna do that in 30 to 50 seconds. And then our final movement will be thrusters, which will be a combination of close stand squats, bicep curls, and shoulder presses. Okay, so that's gonna be our last one after our plank rolls. Okay. All right, just so we could get a little bit more out of this class. So again, we're gonna go with our plank rolls. So get on the plank. So plank, you would get almost as straight line as you can. And we're gonna roll our hips side to side. Okay. All right. We'll start in 8 seconds. If you want to get in position, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. So start rolling. And if that gets challenging, just hold the plank. So I'm pretty much just rolling on my feet so my hips could turn. $20. We have 30 seconds. $40 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ooh. Hold on, I need to see these faces. All right, Laura looks like she's working. Jeannie, all right. Jeannie looks good. Face is a little red. Good. And then Ella, you got messy hair. Carmen, messy hair. No, we're looking good. All right, good. Last one before we cool down. Usually, we're gonna go ahead and do a close stand squat. I mean a thruster, which is a close stand squat. We're gonna pretty much squat down here, come up, and press. Okay, so if you're pretty fluid, you should be able to come down, press, and just try to be as fluid as you can on the transition of the bicep curl into the shoulder press. Because sometimes if we're not fluid, we're gonna do it almost in 2 separate movements. It might look like this, or you're going this and then doing that. So I want it to look on your way up, you're almost transitioning. Okay. All right, we're gonna do this one for time. Okay. We're gonna go for 40 seconds. All right. We're gonna start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Let's see how many we can get. 2, 3, 4, 5. We have 10 seconds. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 20 seconds. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 30 seconds. 16, ooh, arms are getting tired. 17, 3, 2, 1, time. High five, high five. Oh. How heavy were your weights, Debbie? Debbie had some 30-pound weights.
15 is my limit.
15th. Jeannie, Laura, what about you girls? First day? How heavy?
Tired, but it's good.
Yeah. How heavy were your dumbbells?
Yeah. Tomorrow I will buy the dumbbell.
Okay. Sounds good. I only had 5s, so I'm right here complaining. Yeah, I'm trying to not be too sore for the race, but Carmen, you had your 12s? Yeah, good. All right, so let's cool down. So cool down is just as important as a workout. So let me get this, get a little, bring you guys here closer to me. Or all right, just so you can get the cool down stretches. All right, so let's go ahead, actually, let's be face down right here. And we're just gonna rest on our elbows, just lightly stretch our back. So we're just gonna kind of hang out in this area right here. So from a standing or belly down position, just come on your elbows. And that's gonna start stretching your lower back. So if you ladies wanna do that for now, and we'll cool down from here. So just kind of hang out here. Let your heart rate drop. Yeah. Got 230 calories right now. And that was just the introduction day. All right, let's go ahead and put our hands where our elbows are and then cobra stretch. So there.
There's two ways to get in. Easy knows what to do.
Let's go ahead and bring our glutes to our heels from there. So from there, just bring your glutes to your heels. Head down, stretch. There we go. Okay, we're gonna be in our kneel position still. So just back up. Back is sore. Slept on a different bed for a week, so now my back's all really sore. So we're gonna be kneeling here. Right leg comes out, and then we're gonna lean forward. Just kind of hold this stretch. You should feel that stretch on your inner thigh. Yeah, I wasn't very smart this last week. I'm very particular about my pillows when I sleep. And when we're out on a cabin that's not ours, so yeah, my back and my neck is just kind of tight from that. If you're new here in the class, you'll learn that I complain a lot and I vent to you folks a lot, and it's very good for my well-being and my stress. So it's a win-win for everyone, right? So
Glad we can help.
yeah. So all right, now let's turn and look at our body, at our leg, and lean towards it. So we feel that stretch a little bit under the hamstring. I was trying to talk to Julian most days, and it took him about 5 or 6 days. So right before I came back, where he started asking where I was, I think he just realized or thought I was working or something. And let's bring out that left leg and then lean forward. And yeah, he's like, where'd daddy go? And I'm like, oh man, that's where it hit me. But yeah, we kind of spent the evening last night together. It was fun. All right, and then let's go ahead and turn our torso towards our leg, lean towards it. So yeah, so I don't think, I know the summer had a lot of random changes or just conflicts with schedules. With this being Monday and Wednesday, I can't think of a date, for until December that there should be any issues, so we should be pretty good most of this season, or most of these terms. Ooh, all right, let's just come here. Let's bring our left leg in. Try to grab a hold of as far down your lower leg on your right leg. So right hand, grab as far as you can and bring that left arm over and just reach. We're gonna switch. So right heel comes in, left leg out, reach. Bring that arm over across. Let's bring both heels in. Heels in. And then try to drop your knees as far down as you can. So yeah, so try Ross, Marshalls, for dumbbells, resistance bands. Probably Amazon's your best bet. You might get lucky at a yard sale with dumbbells, but yeah, definitely helps to have some equipment. Just cross the legs, and just cross them, then lean forward. We'll do one more for our quads and then we should be good to go. So let's bring the left heel in, right leg back, and then just kind of lean back gently. Has it been warm? I didn't ask my wife. Has it been warm the last week here? Yeah. Because Mammoth was 70. It was beautiful. Mornings were cold, but it was nice. Let's switch. Hoping Sunday morning's not too hot in Temecula. So. Alrighty. That should do it for today. I wanted to share this cute picture I got from Julian the other day. My wife told me he wanted popcorn for breakfast, and she said no. And then Julian looked like this. This was him after he was told no.
Oh.
He was,
I love
he was
it.
pretty
I
upset.
love it.
Yeah, so you could tell how sad he was.
Cute.
Oh.
So